Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to discuss something that is both interesting, sad, and extremely concerning all at once. It's about the church, a group of churches that are known as the NIFB. So what is the NIFB churches? Well, group of churches. They are a group of fundamentalist Christians who believe in some pretty horrific things, like you cannot rape your wife, you should beat your children, and lastly, that all non-straight people should be put to death. That's right, they're advocating genocide. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. Yeah. So, they're pretty blatant about it. They have a bunch of YouTube channels where they promote these things, and I'm gonna post some clips in this video to show you what I'm talking about. I did not get these clips from their thing directly because, short of reporting them, which I've already done, I do not want to give their channels any more views than they have, so I went ahead and took them from Shannon Q's video, and I'm going to link her video down below in the description so you can see her opinion. Her video actually made me cry, so let's jump into the first.
Not exist. It's a, you know what it means? And then they talk about, you know, oh, he has Asperger. And he has ADD, and he has ADD. No, he needs his butt whipped. Yep. That's it. That's what he needs. Yep.
Okay, so the clip that you just watched was pretty horrific, if you ask me, and a little bit traumatizing. That pastor is actually advocating beating children with ADD and ADHD, which he didn't say, but I'm sure he would. And then, worst of all, children with Asperger's. He is downplaying an actual medical condition and saying that you can beat that out of your child. And there have been many cases where people have tried to do that and ended up killing their kid. So to advocate that, to ignore science, to beat an innocent child is absolutely reprehensible. And that alone makes this group of churches disgusting. But there's more. Let's watch the next clip.
Like one of those old-fashioned Western stories where we hang them high up on the yard. And we say, all right, kids, we're going out to drag queen story hour. We're going out to, hey, everybody, gather around. We're having drag queen stoning hour.
That's right, you heard that correctly. He actually wants to make a public community event out of the murder of someone. That is what they're advocating for. Rounding up drag queens, calling it drag queen story time, and making a public execution. That's frickin' sick and wrong and disgusting and beyond reprehensible. I don't care what you did, you don't deserve to be publicly executed. That's barbaric. We haven't done that in, what, hundreds of years? Are you fucking kidding me? Then he talks at the end about stoning them. Do you actually know what happens when you stone somebody? It's not something you talk about lightly or joking and in jest. Let me give you the graphics about what stoning a person actually is. You bury them up to their waist. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, that's really cold. Then you get rocks, medium-sized rocks, not too small rocks because you want to do damage, but not too big rocks, not too big of rocks, so you don't actually kill them immediately. And then you throw them at them until they die of blunt force trauma. In places like Iran, if they crawl out of the hole and they confess, they're good to go. But it takes on average about an hour to die from this. It's painful, it's graphic, and this guy just casually mentions it like it's no big deal. That's not okay. Not okay. And for people to support this and send this person money, no, just absolutely not. Okay, so this next clip actually tries to talk about love.
This is love. Because in the Old Testament, God said that these people should be put to death. Okay? So, well, that's not loving. That's very loving. Because what God is saying is we need to put these people to death so that they don't harm anybody else.
The clip that I just played now actually condones killing as love so they don't harm other people. They are actually condoning murdering people for the good of society on something two consenting adults do that has absolutely no concern of theirs. It's not like they're going around having sex with them. No. To sit there and say that someone should be put to death for loving another human being and then to call that loving is vile. I don't have any other word for it. Vile. Vile and upsetting and gross. And wait until I talk about the Make America Great Again part, which I'll get to after we're finished with the clips. But you can see why this is making me so angry. It's so reprehensible.
If I had a button on the pulpit, I could push it and every homosexual would fall over dead. I will push it until I break my finger.
Okay, so the video you just watched was of the leader of this group of churches, Steve Anderson. And he's sitting there talking about pressing a button and killing every gay person, every person of the LGBT community, until his finger breaks. Let that one sink into you for a minute. This is supposedly a Christian leader, a guy who leads a congregation of people openly advocating genocide, bigotry, hate, violence. Yeah, it's nauseatingly sick. And you're going to hear me say that a lot as we go through the rest of this. Let's jump on to the next clip.
Nobody's saying they're never around, but there was a time when society, when our country saw them for what they were and they put them in their place 6 feet under.
So this clip is of Tommy McMultry. I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even care anymore. We're going to jump into something about him in just a little bit. But let's discuss what he just said. He just said that we used to put them in their place 6 feet under. Now, the common denominator between all the clips that I just showed you is hate, bigotry, and genocide. That is what we're talking about. That is what people are talking about doing in our country today. It's sick, it's disgusting, and it's wrong. And we should stand up. We should stand up to it. I'm not about deplatforming people for the most part. I am a big advocate of free speech. I will tell you say whatever you want. I'm going to call you on your crap, but I'm going to let you say it. In this case, when you are openly advocating hate speech, you should be deplatformed. You should not be allowed to be on YouTube. It clearly violates their terms of service, and it's a private company, so they absolutely should be taken down. And I'm going to get into Jimmy Snow and what he's done in just a minute to remove them. But we have to talk about the Make America Great Again conference that they are trying to advertise for, which is next weekend. And what it is it's a conference held in Atlanta, Florida, and they picked the dates for a couple of reasons. It's their Gay Pride Week, and it's also the anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting, where they think that this is a great thing. The mass murder of innocent people is something they are choosing to celebrate. It's wrong. There's no other word to say than it's wrong, and it's gut-wrenching. So now we're going to talk about what's being done about this group. There is a atheist YouTuber by the name of Dear Mr.Athiest, also known to those of us who watch him and support him on Patreon, affectionately as Jimmy Snow. He made a video that he got really angry about, and he asked us to go and report their videos for hate speech, which a ton of us went and did. And we successfully got several of their videos removed and taken down. Then we went after their PayPal so that they could not receive donations through PayPal. This is a continuing battle because when I look it up, there are still other videos that are being popped up. But from last time I checked, several of them have, or at least one, but I think it's more than one, have at least 2 community strikes against them, meaning that if they get their third, they will no longer be able to have a channel. So it's important to keep up with, watch, and report every video that is found. And I highly suggest that you follow Jimmy Snow on Twitter and YouTube, because he normally posts what you're looking for there, the links to report the videos, to get them taken down. Now, they acted like this was no big deal, that it's the internet and there's nothing that they can do about it. But like I said, I did mention the 3 community strikes thing. But they got a little heated, and Tommy McMultry decided to go ahead and call Jimmy Snow a pumpkin, the biggest fruit he could think of or find or whatever. And Jimmy, being Jimmy, decided to own that. And now a bunch of us, if you want to openly support on Twitter and other places, are putting up pumpkins in our description, in our names. Like mine says Mary Civitano, and then has a bunch of pumpkins that follow it. And I think it's amazing what he's done. I think that if we keep up with this and we let people know and we continue to report their videos, we can make a difference. We can get these people taken off of a platform as big as YouTube. And I'm extremely proud of Jimmy. I'm extremely proud of Shannon Q. I'm extremely proud of Rachel Oates and everyone else that has taken part in this. I'm going to link all their channels down below, as I've sort of said before. And I don't know what else to say other than go, Jimmy. What you're doing is absolutely amazing. You are proof that one person can make a difference. And I will see you for my next news video. Have a great day.